Coming up, Ryno and I went around Halloween Horror Nights eating, and we have some things that we want to share about it on this week's episode of the DIS Unplugged Universal Edition. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of the DIS Unplugged Universal Edition. I am your host, Craig Williams, and today I am joined alongside by my co-host, Ryno.
Hello.
Hello, and we have a wonderful episode for you this week. I believe I teased it a little bit last week as well, too, but this week we are talking about the food you can find at Halloween Horror Nights. Not like a general overview of the food that you can find, because, you know, the event's only lasting for like 3 more weeks, but we've had little bits and pieces of the food along the way, but we finally had a chance to actually go and do proper dining reviews of it during the event. So yeah, we wanted to share kind of our thoughts on the dishes that we tried, which we did not try a lot. We got a handful, and we probably wanted to throw one more in that we ultimately did not do. But yeah, we had enough that I think we formed some general ideas about it. And we're going to get to that in just a second. But before we get there, I have to remind you that this show is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. If you like our content and you want to support us, please consider booking your next vacation through Dreams Unlimited Travel. You can get a free, no obligation quote today at dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. Okay, so luckily for us, we're not just going to sit here in the studio and talk about what we had, because Ryno and I decided to film on location. I do understand that part of what goes along with that is that it's going to be a little extra noisy. The music was very loud at Halloween Horror Nights in some places, and also the weather. We were there for a great downpour, for sure, with thunder and lightning as well, too. So it's very windy at points in times during the reviews. But overall, you know, I feel like in this situation, our first impressions are definitely interesting, because I kind of ended up changing my thoughts a little bit on some of them as well, too, and having different feelings in the long run. So we're going to go ahead and cut to Ryno and I at Universal to hear about the food that we tried.
First thing we are trying with our food extravaganza here at Halloween Horror Nights is the Jacked Donut Slider. This is $9.99. It is a certified Angus beef slider with bacon jam and cheddar cheese sauce on a bourbon glaze donut. And then it's served with a little bit of chips right on the side, because you gotta have chips with your hamburger. I love donut burgers. I don't know what the official title is. I usually enjoy these. And this one looks good. Sitting under a heat lamp for a while, so let's hope it's still fresh, but here goes nothing. Definitely more sweet than savory, I'll say that for sure. Between the bourbon glazed donut and the bacon jam, this thing is just super, super sweet. And then I'm barely getting like any of the saltiness from the burger itself, or not the donuts, the cheddar cheese. So wow, I wasn't expecting to start with dessert, but it's what I got.
I was trying to get the jam separate because I tasted it and I'm like, oh, it just tastes like the type of jelly that goes inside of the jelly donut. But I mean, it's good. It's good jam. It's not super bacony. It's like I only taste the fruit part of it. So you're right. It's like the donut is like almost like one of those Krispy Kreme. That's like the glaze on it, like crazy sugary glaze, and that with the jam, it makes it. I'm worried it's going to go into the hole in the side of my tooth, and I am going to start crying. Just a regular patty too. Nothing exciting. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Donut's good. Next up, we have the No Chance in Hell peanut butter and jelly, PB&J for the abbreviated. Deep fried peanut butter and grape jelly Uncrustables sandwich finished with a hot honey drizzle. This is $6.99. This is also a vegan, or not vegan, well, it has a little leaf, so whatever that means. Plant-based?
Vegetarian.
Vegetarian. Yeah, I know there's two different levels here, but you know, peanut butter and jelly, you got me right away. I don't even care. I like Uncrustables. I've been known to take them out of a lounge from time to time. Ooh, the hot honey sauce on here. It's not like spicy, but it like is right on the tip of my tongue. Like it's giving that a nice little just a nice little ting. I'm not gonna lie to you. Deep fried peanut butter and jelly might be the death of me because I don't think I've had that before, and it makes the peanut butter so creamy and this jelly so good, and I wish I could live inside of this little thing.
Ryno warned me this would be greasy, but I underestimated the level of grease. This thing is like oozing with grease. And much like him, I have never had deep fried peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but I do like to sometimes toast the bread and then make the sandwich. So
revolutionary.
Yeah, I'm no stranger to that melty peanut butter when it comes to a sandwich. But see if I like it deep fried. Ryno said that this deep fried peanut butter and jelly sandwich might be the death of him. I'm going to go on record and say this deep fried peanut butter and jelly sandwich might be the death of me. This is perfect. The breading, it is fried so perfectly that it is just melting instantly away to the peanut butter and the jelly and that hot honey on top. Oh, this thing is working. It is working so well. Oh my gosh. Next up on our little culinary adventure, we have the Field of Screams Gyoza. This is spicy ground turkey and butternut squash filled dumplings served with a citrus ponzu. This dish is $8.49. And Ryno swears that we had this at the media event. I don't remember it, but they look like they're very forgettable. But let's see if they don't test forgettable, right? So you worry when you're having something with butternut squash that it's also going to have that overly sweet flavor to it. I know it's not like super sweet, but you know, it has that, it's kind of like sweet potato. It has that extra little bit of, that just little bright touch of sweetness to it. I will find another word to describe it at some point in time maybe, but I'm not getting that at all. What I'm just getting is, well, mostly soy sauce because that's what I'm dipping it into. But I'm just getting
ponzu sauce.
What's that?
Ponzu sauce.
Ponzu sauce. Sorry, the citrus ponzu sauce. My bad. That's the dominating flavor for it. Otherwise, it's kind of just flavorless. But once you add the ponzu sauce into it, I feel like you're getting this nice little bit of saltiness. So after our first two cloyingly sweet desserts that were not desserts, that were actually meals, I feel like now it's like, oh, something salty to balance it out. So it's pretty nice.
So I believe we had something akin to this at the media event. Like they would give us one on a plate. So I believe it wasn't quite the same way. It had a larger portion of like the meat in it because it was a larger dumpling. But I like turkey and butternut squash together. I have a pasta that Eli makes that he always does that together, and I really like it. So I'm excited to give this a try. Now, I am with you. I do not. Well, I don't know if you said you didn't like it, but the dumpling wrapper or dough or whatever this is around it is like not good. It's like chewy. Yeah, chewy, and like you said, it's a big chunk of goo with not enough filling, and it's super flavorless. So like you're getting it just as a delivery vehicle for the ponzu. I'd say skip it. Now we are on to the jalapeno popper, which is jalapeno bacon, cheddar cheese, and jalapeno cream cheese for $10.99. It's like a grilled cheese that's been resealed inside of its separate parts. So I've gone ahead and cut one in half. It looks not pretty on the inside, but I mean, a jalapeno popper. It's cheddar cheese, jalapeno, the cream cheese, right? I think this is disgusting. I feel really bad saying it. The jalapeno flavor comes through really nice, but ultimately, I feel like I just bit into a half a bar of cream cheese. and I'm not feeling great about myself mentally right now. Like, the bread's good. The bread is good. The cheese is good. I love how spicy this is, how hot it is in my mouth, but it is literally like biting through. The same way I felt about how creamy the peanut butter was in this, there is so much cream cheese in this. I don't know. I'm gonna eat it all. Obviously, I'm not horrible, but I don't know what I thought this was gonna be when I bit into it. But I've been on a journey that if I were to be drinking a lot of beer tonight and then having a lot of this cream cheese thing, I don't think it would end well.
Now, I feel terrible for Ryno's journey on this one because I'm the one who chose it. I mean, this is part of the menu at the Haunting of Hill House inspired booth, the Nell's Tea Party sandwiches. And like the top tier one is the stuffed brisket grilled cheese. And Ryno was ready to do that. As much as he doesn't like anything that, too plant-based, he was still ready to do that. And I said, no, let's go with the jalapeno popper. And I even was like, maybe the Reuben, but we still went with this. I hope I like it a little bit more. Hold on. Okay.
Is all the cream in my side?
I think all the cream cheese might be in your side.
Oh my god! How does that happen?
What? Also, it's raining crap.
Yeah. We'll be fast. Okay, yeah, so first bite, there's no cream cheese on my side. Let me take a bigger bite.
I was going to say, just cut it off and eat the other half of mine. Oh my god, we smushed it all into the one side. No, we didn't even do that. They did that.
They did that. All of the cream cheese is in your side of the sandwich, and I have like the rest of it. But, I mean, I like how spicy it is.
It is,
but
yeah.
I understand your feeling. Oh, I see cream cheese here. I see it.
Okie dokie, Ryno. The food that we got to try, a lot of interesting stuff. We never made it to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre barbecue pit with their Coca-Cola barbecue, and that one kind of bums me out because I wish I would have. I wish we would have made the effort to. But you're also not a big meat eater. They did have a plant-based option, but I don't know. I feel like that was the one thing that we kind of missed out on. We kind of ignored that. We also forgot to get the candied pork belly.
Yeah, I was going to say that was the other thing too, was the candied pork belly. But
Part two?
That part two, in addition to...
No, I mean part two of us going to eat?
Yeah, I mean, I think we should. No?
I mean, well, I feel like let's kind of go over some of the
We
thoughts
didn't have
on
any of the
things
desserts. We didn't get the bride ice cream or anything.
Well, no, we didn't do that. And then the one thing that we were going to try, but we totally got rained out on, was the interesting fryer and ice. That they serve with the pizza fries at the Kids Own Pizza Company. And Ryno, what made those ones unique?
Tabasco chocolate sauce, and then froyo in one thing, and so you take the fries and you're supposed to like dip them. It's very. I have at it. It's very confusing. I'll save my opinions until we do it on. Hopefully, we can do it.
Yeah,
because I would love to be there when you experience it.
I do think we should do a part two with this, where we do the barbecue, we do like the candied pork belly, that dessert, another dessert, and then I feel like the one thing that we need to try that we screwed up on was, of course, at the Hill House booth. And I don't even remember if we talked really about which booths that we got everything from, but we probably should have. But thank you. Hilarious. For those listening out there, Pete was opening up the door and talking behind me, and I was trying to make eye contact with Ryno, so I did not realize what was happening until way too long later. But at the Hill House food booth, we, of course, had that jalapeno cream cheese sandwich, and I was told later on that was not necessarily a mistake of what to get there, but we probably should have got that brisket melt that they had there. And that was all on me because Ryno typically likes trying plant-based options and stuff. And so I was like, jalapeno cream cheese. I mean, it's not vegan by any means, but I'm like, at least it's not forcing him to have the brisket. And he wanted the brisket.
I said the Reuben or the brisket. I said, and you were like, the jalapeno popper sounds good, and I said, fine. I didn't care.
Well, that was my fault, and I pushed us into it. And yeah, our feelings on that one, I feel like we're a little rushed because that's right when the rain was starting.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I actually loved the half of the sandwich that I had with it because I had the right amount of the cream cheese mixed with the other cheese.
I'm really reading the description right now for jalapeno popper, jalapeno bacon, cheddar cheese, and jalapeno cream cheese. I only remember cream cheese. I don't think I had bacon. I don't think there was cheddar cheese. I was like... It was just a pure mouthful of cream cheese on my side.
And mine was a mixture of cheddar cheese and the jalapeno cream cheese. I think the bacon was more in like bacon bit form. Maybe. I think it was smaller and kind of just got lost in there. But I ended up really, really liking my half of the sandwich once I got to eat more of it off camera as we ran to get undercover and away from the rain. But you hated every second of that thing.
I would go back to the booth again to actually. I'm reading the Reuben one. I would give that one a try. I think if I were to go back, because I'm still going to go back even by myself. That's
Listen, I would be willing to try that one instead of the brisket, and the brisket will just be the one that always got away. I'm also fine with that too.
That sounds good too, though, because it's got garlic. Anything that is garlic, meat, pepper jack. You know I love pepper jack. Even if I'm not a big meat person, sometimes that's why I'm like, that's not all the time.
Yeah. It's got all the right ingredients there. And I do want to try the poison tea party drink as well. Yeah, I've heard that it is disgusting, but I still want to try it.
Well, the bog slime one was the one I saw while we were there too. No, bog slime? Yeah, bog slime. And that was the gin one with the matcha cardamom syrup and lime juice that I'm like, that sounds... It could go either way, and I'm just very curious. And it literally looks like the V8 healthy greens mix that you can buy at the grocery store, which I drink every morning. So I know it's not going to taste whatever my brain is like, this is just like that.
But we were very close to getting that. So, of course, that's at the Wicked Growth Realm of the Pumpkin booth that they have that's, on the way to that back section in between Diagon Alley as well as Men in Black area. And that's where we also got our gyoza. Apologies there. Even as I walked up to order it, I'm like, I know I'm going to say this wrong, and I'm probably going to repeat it 3 times. So I apologize in advance for that. And yeah, while that dish was disappointing, I feel like we let ourselves down by not getting that drink there because we just kept looking at it like, it might be good. I'm like, I wish they would give out like little sample cups there.
Can I just try it real quick? Like,
because it's already pre-mixed.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's why I'm like, it's not like it's a thing where they'll be like, oh, I'll make you another drink. It's like, no, now I have gross.
But I think at the end of the day, the gyoza that we had there, I believe I would put that of the things that we tried that day, that was at the bottom for sure. It just wasn't that great. And also, actually, since I love the jalapeno cream cheese sandwich, the other thing that I would probably put more towards the bottom was our little jacked up slider with the beef patty and cheese.
The patty just wasn't. It wasn't good. But it wasn't good in the way where it took over like all the flavor.
But so it wasn't even just that. It was also the strawberry bacon jam. That was that what it was? Strawberry bacon jam or
no? That was because I said it.
Just bacon jam.
It was but it didn't taste like bacon. That was the thing. It was like it was. Hold on, I have the picture right here.
Thank you.
It is the beef slider with the bacon jam.
Just bacon jam.
Yeah, just bacon jam, cheddar cheese sauce, and a bourbon glazed donut. And like the donut was fine. It just didn't all come together in the way.
It was missing. Yeah, the patty needed to be over salted in order to, or just over seasoned in general to combat the ridiculous amount of sweetness. And I just have strawberry bacon jam because then that's what I had on the hot dog over at Disney. And that's where it worked well because there's that hot dog at Casey's Corner that had bacon jam on top of it, strawberry bacon jam, and then little pieces of the funnel cake on top of it. That one worked because that hot dog was like, it almost tasted like it was extra brined or something before. So it was so salty that it balanced out the bacon jam because the bacon jam should be predominantly sweet with maybe just a little hint of smokiness and saltiness into it, but not too much. But it was just the sweet of that burger or the sweet of the donut bun, and then the sweetness of the jam, and then the blandest hamburger possible on there. It just didn't. It never came together flavor wise for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even like I was hoping that we'd taste the bourbon glazed flavor a little bit
I
more.
didn't
And
get any of that. I was just like, it's just regular donut.
yeah, I feel like I got it a little bit in the moment, and then like looking back onto it, I'm like, did I get it, or did I get it because I knew that it was bourbon glazed, and that's why I'm thinking I tasted that, and really I didn't. It could have easily been that, but by far a mile above and beyond, the winner of the 4 things that we tried was the No Chance in Hell peanut butter and jelly deep fried sandwich topped with the honey.
Oh my God. I'm definitely getting that again before this is over. Like multiple times, I'm sure. The thing is, I wanted to say, because I don't remember if I said it in their video or just to you afterwards about the price of this one, because it's $6.99. And I remember thinking like, oh, because what it is it's a deep fried peanut butter and jelly Uncrustable with a hot honey drizzle on it. And I was like, it seems so crazy. They're just literally tearing open Uncrustables, dropping them in a fryer, and then drizzling and being like, here you go. But it's great. It's beautiful. $6.99. A plain regular to go Uncrustable at Disney is $8.50. I saw it on a menu the other day, and I remember being like, I'm gonna give it to Universal now, because they not only took that Uncrustable, cooked it, and put stuff on it, and then gave it to you, and it was so good.
Yeah,
so good, so good. I wish it was less greasy, but it was so good.
Well, and that's the thing about it. It's like I don't have a deep fryer at home, so if I ever deep fry anything, I have to just do it I do it on the stovetop and put oil in a pot and do it that way.
You don't have an air fryer?
I have an air fryer, but an air fryer is essentially a little mini convection oven. It is not the same thing as using a deep fryer. I love my air fryer. I love it, but if you put an Uncrustable,
I'm trying it. I don't care. I'm trying it now.
But you will not get the same. You will not get the same thing as if you dropped it in the oil, because that was part of what made this so good, was dropping it in the oil and having that oily goodness mixed in with the meltiness of the peanut butter and jelly in there.
Texture.
Yeah, I feel like you could make a nice crispy, like toasted Uncrustable in an air fryer, but you're not going to replicate what that tasted like. And
I'll
that
dip
was
it in
perfect.
oil, and then I'll drop it in there.
I still don't even think it's enough. I think it needs to be pure deep fryer goodness. And I'm not going to invest in a deep fryer. I'm not going to waste my time getting out a pot or a cast iron and putting it on the stove and doing it that way.
I think I have a little one.
I'm sure you do. I am knowing Eli, I am 1,000% sure you do.
Yep.
But without going through that effort, would I rather just pay $6 for it at Universal and let them do all the hard work, or would I rather go through the effort? I'll pay for the convenience of having them do that. And so I felt like it was fair price. I felt like everything that we had was fair priced, technically, for what we got. Portion size, decent. And I would say the burger was the one thing that I felt that to be overpriced at. I think that was, I know you have the menu in front of you. I want to say that was like $9.99, and then with the annual pass discount, that obviously knocked it down a little bit. But
I think that was great that there was an annual discount everywhere, which was nice. But the burger was $9.99. Yeah.
Which
it came with little chips on it. Right?
It did. It came with chips. So it was for $9.99. It wasn't ridiculous for a specialty item made in a theme park at a booth like that. I'll say it was pretty close to being fair priced, but for a couple bucks more, you would go to a quick service restaurant and you would have a full donut and a full burger and have fries on the side of it, and it would only cost $13, $14.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm like, one slider with it, it's great because you just want to taste.
I think
you
it should have been
the
2.
event.
Yeah.
I
agree.
If it was 2 and it would have been $12, I would have totally been like, yep, great deal.
Yeah.
Great deal. Even if I didn't love it, would have felt more. But, in terms of pricing throughout, I feel like Universal kind of understand. They have everything at the right price point, because like the melt sandwich that we had too, that's all it came with. But it was, it was like right around that $9.99 price point as well too. But felt like it was generally on point with it. But it's a special event. You're gonna go into Halloween Horror Nights and spend money on stuff. You're gonna buy that $10 pumpkin beer over and over again, like we do.
I don't even know what I'm up to quite a bit of money on it. But you know what? Every time I try it, it's so good. It's so good. The first sip, I'm always like, I don't regret this at all.
Yeah. Oh, I'm easily
care.
$200-300.
Yeah,
in on it now.
I like it. I can't find it readily available here. I mean, it says it's somewhere a little drive down, which I might go look for it later this week, but it's not the same. I'm not going to get it on tap. We get it on tap there. And that's why I'm like, I don't know. There's just something about it. We didn't have Halloween last year. I like it. It's part of the event for me.
I am so over
Stop
pumpkin
judging
beer.
me.
I am so over it. Like Kylie and I went to a brewery on Sunday, and I tried a pumpkin beer at that brewery just because I wanted to know if I needed to bring cans home. But I was like, I feel so cleansed that I'm actually drinking non-pumpkin beer right now, because it's all I've had is fall flavors now for basically the past month and a half, and I am maybe 2 months actually with it. I want to say it was mid-August when I started on the pumpkin beer.
Oh, we started day one.
I am so over it now, but then every time we walk in Halloween Horror Nights, and I'm like, okay, what do I want? Do I want the IPA? Do I want the Oktoberfest? Or do I want a pumpkin beer? I'll have a pumpkin beer.
Yeah.
It's the right mood and spirit to be in for it.
Exactly.
Yes. So I think we decided on it. We will definitely try to have a part 2 of our food adventures. I don't know when that will be. We will have to try to make time in order to go and try more of the food, and hopefully we'll do it before the end of Halloween and Halloween Horror Nights. We don't want to do it after the fact, but I think we've decided here that there's still a lot that we want to try.
Yeah.
So whether it's for the show or we just mention it later on that, oh yeah, we did have that and we enjoyed it, we'll try to fill you in on more of the good stuff. And then, next year when you're planning your trip, none of it will be here, and none of it will matter. Twisted Taters will still be here. They'll always be here. That was a revelation. Ryno revealed to me that he probably hasn't actually ever had one.
Yeah, and there's one this year with a hot dog right through the middle of it.
Yeah, the Frankencoil.
Maybe I had a bite of one once years ago, but I have never actually had one.
Yeah, I think they did the hot dog last year too, but just for the brief event.
Yeah.
But I think that was added like after the fact. I don't remember though. 2020.
It seems like something I'd like. I like potatoes.
Oh, you would love the Twisted Tater. I'm telling you, you will love it when you finally have it. I'm shocked. I'm hoping someone points out like, oh no, on this show back here, Ryno definitely had a piece of yours.
Maybe it was just if I did, it must have been a very not memorable one.
No, that's a shame. I'll tell you that much. But that's going to do it for this week's episode of the DIS Unplugged Universal Edition. I hope you sincerely enjoyed it, and if you did, thank you so much. Maybe take the time, if you're watching this on YouTube, to hit the thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and leave thoughts, comments, questions all in the comments section. And if you're listening to the DIS Unplugged Universal Edition, please make sure that you're subscribed wherever you listen to podcasts, and that you are also leaving 5-star ratings and reviews if you're enjoying the show and listening through Apple Podcasts. But as I said, that's it for this week's show. Ryno, thanks so much for going and being a little biggy with me.
I'm hungry.
I'm actually a little hungry too.
My tummy's rumbling now.
Yeah, maybe pizza. I don't know. I don't know.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay. No. Well, now I don't want pizza. But okay, that's it for this week's episode. Thank you so much, everyone out there, for listening and watching. We truly appreciate you, and we hope you enjoyed the show. And we'll see you again real soon with another episode of the DIS Unplugged Universal Edition. But until then, remember, we still haven't changed the name.